So far in fiscal year 2026, we've seized nearly 18,000 pounds of drugs at the southern border. Project that out over a full year. It's well below what we saw in 25 and 24. Progress when you consider reports are that the price of cocaine has also gone up significantly in the United States. Our next guest, though, has lived in Mexico for most of his life, and he says more Mexicans are feeling like President Trump's proposal to get involved is the only viable path to dismantling organized crime. Joining us now is a professor and a former Mexican security official, Dr. Caleb Cram. I hope I pronounced your last name correctly, Dr. Cram?
Absolutely perfect.
Cram. Okay,
Cram,
perfect.
yeah.
I'm glad. Okay.
Thank you, Will. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
I'm glad to have you on the program. This is really fascinating. First of all, you have your finger on the pulse of it. I do want to share with you and the audience this poll. That's Mexicans in favor of U.S. military action against drug cartels. 34% in favor, 66% suggest they are against that action. But based upon the protests we saw this weekend, what's being called this Gen Z movement, Doctor, what do you think the attitude is in Mexico?
I believe there is a shift, a drastic shift on the perception of the average of Mexican people. Gen Z was not only a protest, it was a generational outcry of a protest that we said it's enough. It's enough, and we believe that President Trump and the U.S. help may be more welcome than ever before. So. And I believe it's very clear, Trump was signaling what Americans already know. Cartels run Mexico like parallel states, and strikes aren't the first step. We know that the U.S. can and are now fighting cartel finances, supply chains, and weapons flows without occupying any territory. The problem, Will, is Mexico's government. Many politicians owe their careers to cartel financing. Until that political criminal nexus is broken, strikes remain a serious tool. And we can see Plan Colombia, for instance, shows how can you support anti-cartel operations without controlling the country. Mexico could do the same. And Sheinbaum, unfortunately, is managing the war from the shadows. Using intelligence, drones, and precision strikes will help Mexico, not sending troops into open combat, perhaps.
Okay, that's the question. The last question here. To what extent would Mexicans welcome U.S. involvement? Targeted strikes, troops on the ground in action? And by the way, is that enough to extricate the connection, as you point out, between politics in Mexico and the drug cartels?
The point is that, the history between Mexico and the U.S. has been always, very on the top of Mexicans' mind when the U.S. intervened Mexico and took half of its territory. So that's on the top of Mexicans' mind. So, we were taught at schools about this intervention, So, but one way of doing it is...
Meaning what?
I mean, the
Texas,
US,
California, Arizona, you're talking about that?
Yeah.
The way you learned that story in school?
Absolutely. And the problem is that, it's the narrative, it's the official narrative from Sheinbaum. I mean, she keeps saying, if we allow the U.S. states to come in, they will take half of the territory once again, and so on. So, but the issue is that the U.S. has overwhelming advantages. You don't need boots on the ground to hit cartel command centers, meth labs, or fentanyl corridors. We have WAP surveillance, cyber disruptions, financial targeting, and precision drone strikes that can cripple operations with a minimal risk. And for God's sake, I mean, we had Plan Colombia, and then we now have Petro's on power. If Colombia has lost any sovereignty, explain me how Petro rise to power. So I don't see any issues whatsoever. If we could actually open our our borders and have the U.S. cooperating with Mexico.
Well, that's a fascinating perspective to hear from the Mexican side of the border on how they would approach or how they would view American help and the fear of what America might exact as a price based upon history. But I've heard no conversation here in America of anyone interested in taking any territory in Mexico. Thank you so much, Doctor. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.